This video and its contents are for adult collectors. Hey guys, this is Bots Obsession or Nod. Welcome back, and we have some awesome new reveals from Evan and Mark on the design team. Some stuff actually got revealed like right after I finished editing yesterday's video, so I felt like going through these and just showing off what all got revealed. So we're going to be going through Evan's Instagram, Mark's Instagram, and then we're going to check out some stuff that was on TFW because I can't find it anywhere else other than TFW. So starting us off, we have the core classes for this wave, which is going to be the Geocron, the final Rock Lord as far as we know. Now there is a Rock Lord that's going to be included with Thundertron, although he has not been officially revealed yet, so who knows. But here's Geocron, and he is based on the rock monster from Daira from the JG1 episode, so that's pretty neat. Here he is with Boulder Crash. You can see he's brown and purple, which looks pretty neat. I'm not a big fan of that head sculpt. I really think Boulder Crash here looks way better, so that's just me. Definitely think that Boulder Crash and oh god, Magnius, that's his name, are the two best ones still. This guy, it does have some, oh wait, no, that's not new tooling, that's the stamp. But yeah, it definitely looks like just a new head here. It's fine, it's whatever. They want to get their use out of this mold. When they release this in like clear blue or clear purple, then I'll be interested. We also have some packaging artwork for this. Looks fine. And then the other guy we have is the core class Energon Galvatron, which I think everyone was calling that this was going to be the repaint for. It is based on its Toon colors, so that's pretty cool. And it looks cool. It looks neat. It's Energon Galvatron. I like the colors on it. It's here it is with Energon Megatron. Doesn't really do anything for me. I didn't get the Megatron, and I'm not a huge fan of Energon, so this doesn't really do anything for me, but it's cool, and I've heard extremely good things about this mold. I've heard people really like this mold, so if you were a fan of this, I'm sure you'll like the Galvatron version. Going over to Mark's, we're going to take a quick peek at the Metal Hawk, and it's not very different, let alone different enough for me to warrant picking this thing up. It's just Metal Hawk. It's a toy accurate Metal Hawk from what it says over here. The chest is not the perfect shade of gold, but Mark also clarifies that he went with this gold because other golds are susceptible to gold plastic syndrome, so he went with this one, and that's fine. Here's what we really want to see. We really want to see Motormaster and the other reveal today. So here's Motormaster, animated Motormaster. Looks pretty cool. He does call out BotCon somewhere over here, and that is very cool. Actually, does he? Did you do such a trip? Getting it down, Derek J. Wyatt. No, he doesn't mention BotCon. Oh, interesting. That must have just been a TFW thing. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm intrigued that he comes with the light bar steel. Like, I was really thinking this was going to get retooled into something else. Like, the light bar and the axe were going to get cut for something completely different. But it looks like they haven't, and it almost looks like his axe might be fully transparent to a degree, but I might be wrong on that. He looks okay. I'm not the biggest fan of this recolor. I love this animated Optimus mold, so if you missed out on it and you have like a spare one, or you have that like masked head that was floating around, this popping that masked head on here could make a very cool and unique looking animated Nemesis Prime. So that, you know, that's an option. Also, and this is like the smallest complaint ever, is the box. It says Animated Universe Decepticon Motormaster. He should be the Motormaster. Like, there's a big point of him being the Motormaster in the comics. So unfortunate, but it is just one of those little like, oh, but actually nitpicks, but it's whatever. He also shows off the legacy head sculpt here, the Derek J. White sketch, his initial sketch, and then the final tooling, which, you know, looks pretty good, looks pretty close, I think. So if you're a fan of that BotCon set and you don't have it, this is one way to get it. Last but not least, we got a new Soundwave, the new Soundwave. Shout out Radio Free Cybertron. And finally, we get a Buzzsaw, even though he's looking a little coppery, a little gold-ish. Like, I don't know, it's not really the right color. And Mark does make a point over here that Buzzsaw doesn't look quite right in these photos, and that this is not a final production color version of Buzzsaw, so he'll look a little different. In this pack, you're getting the Earth-style Ravage, the Earth-style Laserbeak mold, and the core class Frumble. Really think that this should have been enemy or whatever, but also at leader class, whenever it's a reused mold, a reused mold, a reused mold, and a mold they've reused, I really think that there's no excuse not to include the red one. This looks fine. He has silver forearms. He looks really close to that Nemesis bridge pack here. He also has silver painted feet. If we go back, you can kind of see them right here. He has some silver tampos on his feet. Other than that, I think this is identical to the Netflix Soundwave. Netflix Soundwave might have a little bit more yellow right here. There were some product shots of this where he has yellow on the hinge here, so this might not be a final production version. As I said earlier, this isn't. But getting Buzzsaw is pretty cool. My main thing about this is, be on the, right here, you can see the yellow painted on the hinges. Be on the lookout for figure swaps, the biggest giveaway is gonna be those hinges right here, because there's gonna be some people buying this figure, throwing in their nasty yellowed Soundwaves into this box, and then returning it. The good thing here is you can see he's held in with plastic ties, so that's going to be a little bit of a giveaway on your Soundwave. Also, it almost looks like those aren't painted silver on this version, so it makes me think is this the Nemesis bridge one, and then this is just a different Soundwave, altogether right here, because the feet also aren't silver. This looks way closer to the Nemesis bridge version, and then there's yellow decals right there. So Soundwave looks crazy different between the two pictures, and this looks way closer to the Netflix one except for that, whereas these photos look more like the Nemesis bridge. So definitely be on the lookout if that's the case. If this really is that close to the OG, that's gonna be crazy. Also, core class Soundwave on the front here. That's pretty funny. I hadn't noticed that until just now, that this is core class Soundwave's art right there. That's pretty goofy. That's it for the Instagram reveals. So the other thing that got revealed is the Zaron and Flame 2-pack, which we have right here. Zaron is off of the Reflector mold, and people were saying he has a pretty heavy parts forming thing going on, whereas Flame is based on the Gamer Megatron, and he has a new head, new chest, and new thighs. He looks really, really good. I personally don't really care for this. I'm not a big fan. Emirate Zaron or Flame. It's just not something that really carries over to me or makes me care about it. But they look cool, and if you're looking to round out your Wreckers and finally make that hammer from the Wreckers collection mean something, here's Emirate Zaron. You can see he parts forms pretty hard with the treads coming off the legs. The treads don't stay there. They move to the back, and then this combines together to make kibble. So this could also be really cool if you have a reflector and you want to swap one out for a green one. That could be really weird. So you could have reflector, scrap face, and Zaron make a camera. Flame is Flame. He looks a lot like Hot Rod, but if Hot Rod was a tank, I really don't like that. That looks bad. So yeah, not really a fan of these. And the last reveal that we got today, and kind of a whimpery one, is Leader Galvatron from Armada. So 2 Galvatrons in one wave, which is kind of fun. That's different. And yeah, I mean, what were we expecting? Were we expecting anything different than this? It's Armada Megatron in a box. Now this is going to be a problem unless those horns are glued in. These are gone. We saw this issue with Skullgrin. I can't believe they didn't learn from Skullgrin. These horns should really be in the paper in the back of the box. If you're going to do that with a deluxe, you should definitely do it for a leader. So yeah, I foresee a lot of people not having the horns for this guy, which is sad because it looks like there's nothing holding them in. It looks like his head's just bobbling in right there. So those horns, unless they're glued this time around, they're not staying in there. Tank mode looks cool. I actually like the tank mode. I like the colors on the tank a lot better than the Megatron version. But the robot mode, I had this mold. I don't really care for this mold. It's a good mold. I just, the colors that it's available in, I don't vibe with, and I really wish they'd turn this into someone else who's not Megatron. That is it. That is all of Wave 4. We've seen them revealed. The pre-orders went up about 2 hours ago now. Maybe about an hour ago? About an hour ago. Pre-orders finally went up. There was one more thing revealed. There was the GoBots 3-pack that dropped. But I wasn't able to find any photos of that. I wasn't able to find where that was revealed at. So this is what we got. What's your favorite reveal of Wave 4? What are you most excited for Wave 4? Are you pre-ordering anything? And with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.